What's up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And tonight it is time to talk about the third Marvel Mighties drop, the Spider-Man Marvel Mighties. This one is going to be a big one, and I have a funny feeling that it could be one of the most valuable of all of the Marvel Mighties that we have seen. Thus far to date, it is Dr. Doom that leads the way, and also the Red Skull. I happen to have two Dr. Dooms and two Red Skulls. I'm going to talk about the value of those in the market and what I purchased them at, and then we will compare that to what we have in this drop and talk about what the possibilities could be for market prices after this drop sells out. So this is unrehearsed, off the cuff. I'm going to open up and look at the details. I've only briefly glanced at the details. So this is my first really good look. I've been busy today, and I'm still watching the market after the Mickey and Friends drop. I have not purchased anything on that drop on the market just yet, and I did not get any of those items in the drop. So it's going to be time to shift, even though tonight I believe I might have to pluck off one of those Mickey and Friends. Here we have it, Marvel Mighty's Spider-Man, and this one is going to be a 2 p.m. Central Standard Time drop for those of you in the Midwest. Here in the capital city of Missouri in Jefferson City, it'll be 2 o'clock. Okay, let's scroll down and see what we have. And as promised, I'll let you know the two that I think that I have to have no matter what, and then what I would like to have. So here is Spider-Man, the Marvel Mighty Edition. This is really awesome, and we have 14,999. What is great about this, it's a blind box with a list price of only 13 gems. I'm going to be trying for this drop. My sons are going to be trying for this drop. And even my daughters and my son-in-law are going to be trying for this drop. Everybody's jumping in because who can't afford to wager $13 on something that could go up 100x in value in an instant? So this is our common. I love it. I love the design. I can't wait to see this. It's fun. He's got his little web spinning hands that are facing downward actually instead of upward. But this is cool. And as we know, anything that is a Spider-Man is going to do well on the app. And I still am sorely and sadly regretting selling my 4 common Spider-Mans from the drop this summer. I had a rare and I had an uncommon. Now, I did roll those into other items that I have multiplied my gems many times, but I missed them. I can go back and get that common at around 800 to 900 gems, and it's not going to be too tough on me because I've 10x'd to 50x'd to 100x'd the gems from receiving the gems that I received from selling the Spider-Man editions from that drop. I held them for a few months, and I was accumulating and stacking them during the time period where everybody was disgusted with the results of the value after that drop. But then once they started to move up, I decided to leverage it and move on. Well, I might have to grab a few back. All that to say that this is going to be highly valuable. The only Spider-Man I have now is the Zombie Common. The Zombie Common Spider-Man is still sitting in my vault, and it's just under 300 gems in value. So there is our common. The next one, oh man, this is really cool. It's a different looking one, the Ghost Spider. And so this one is also a common. And it could be high in value because we've noticed that the commons are the ones that usually bring the big gains in the market. They save the best designs for the common. So I'm thinking that the Ghost Spider is going to do really well in the market. Same amount of editions. Moving right along. Now we have Spider-Woman. I would assume this is a first appearance. Yes, it is. There's our FA, first appearance with 8,888 editions. This is really cool. And I am assuming that it is going to be one that there will be a lot of high value placed on. So I think that this uncommon is probably going to shoot up in value a lot faster than any Marvel Mighty's uncommon that we have seen in the past. The time period that it takes for this one to 10x and 100x is going to be a lot faster than the previous two. Why? Because the user base has grown. We have, hundreds of thousands, if not a million, of people that are on the app now. So the demand is a lot higher. And we have also seen 2 sets of Marvel Mighties and what those values did within, say, 3 months to 6 months of time. Now that we have been able to observe that, we know what this next one is going to do, combined with the fact that it's Superman. That's why I'm thinking the values are going to shoot up a lot faster than the previous 2. Moving right along. This one is so cool, the Black Cat. It is very unique, and it should be, yes, it is, a first appearance, and it is our rare, coming in at 5,555 editions. I love the artwork. I like the design. In fact, I'll say that I think I like the design of these better than the last one. Actually, if you want to consider the captain, the female captain, what's the name? I can't think of it just because I'm thinking of it. This is the 4th set because the captain completed her set all by herself. So is this not the 4th set? Well, anyway, the Black Cat coming in at 5,555 at the rare. And I think it too will do very well and outpace the previous rares that we have seen in the Marvel Mighty's editions. Scrolling on down, and here we have it, the Green Goblin. Guys, I want the Green Goblin. I'm telling you that right now. I want this more than anything else. The 2 that I have to answer that question, the 2 that I must have from this drop would be Spider-Man, because it's Spider-Man, and the Green Goblin, because this looks so cool. He's got the pumpkin in hand. It's backlit. We have a light on the inside of the pumpkin, and he's flying on this oh so cool cartoonified version of the hoverboard. That is so cool. I think there's a chance that Green Goblin might do Dr. Doom numbers. I really do. In fact, let me look up Dr. Doom and Red Skull in my collection. And I'm going to bring that up so we can discuss value. But before we do that, let's just squeeze in the secret rare. Now, believe you me, I'll be super glad to have this on a blind box. If I'm lucky enough to get this secret rare, this is going to be $13 that becomes $13,000 one day. And it may not take long. Spider-Man 2099. This is such a cool design, and it looks like we have a transparent cape, translucent cape. That is cool. There are only 2,099 of these, which means the demand is going to be super high. So this would be one that will represent one of the few items on the app that ends up with a 1,000x gain. Marty's hoverboard might be the closest to this because of the entry-level price, or the Day of the Dead stamps because they were only $6 and they went up astronomically. So this one, hopefully if I get lucky, I would love to have this more than anything, but it's not going to be the one that I focus on when it comes to buying on the market. Why? I don't want to break the bank. And because I have to have this one, this is my favorite design, and then I've got to have the common because it's Spider-Man. If I can't get those, this is the second choice, the Ghost Spider. But it's got to be the classic Spider-Man with the red and the blue and the black and the white eyes. That's what it has to be. Now, let's leave this here and let's jump in to the app and see if I can pull up out of my collection. Let's go to the Marvel Mighties. Where are my Mighties? And I'm going to let you know exactly what I paid for the ultra rares on set 1 and set 2. And we're going to use that to estimate what we think that the value of this Green Goblin could be when it hits the market. Okay, I am bringing it up right now. And you will also have to consider from this that I did get super low numbers on the Green Goblin, and you won't believe what I paid for them. The first one is number 997. I have 2 of them, and they're 3-digit editions. For number 997, ultra rare, I paid 135 gems. I don't think we're going to get a chance to buy that Green Goblin ultra rare for 135 gems. It's my guess. I'm thinking it's going to be in the $200 to $500 range, probably closer to $500. I could be completely wrong. That's just my guess. I'm not trying to build clout for being able to predict. And for all the people who think they can predict prices and think they can just get so much clout and cool points, you're lucky. And you shouldn't be focusing on that because nobody knows until after a drop when we see what those market prices are. If you happen to nail it, you got lucky, son. All right, moving on to the next one, number 0860. I'm looking on my phone. If you would like to see this, I could cast it to the screen here. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Let's see if I can get this up here quickly. Okay, and let's tell it to share the screen. Start now. And there we have it. All right, here is the phone screen. And it should go straight to Mr. Dr. Doom as soon as it connects here. And it's not connecting. Trying to reconnect. Well, scrap that. Let's just continue on the way that I was doing it. It looks like the app actually kicked me out. Now, let's go to the next one, which is the Red Skull. And I'm going to tell you again, on the Red Skull, I got some pretty fantastic numbers. Not as good as the 3 digits on the Dr. Doom, but very interesting numbers nonetheless. As I'm scrolling down, here is the Red Skull at a current price of $915. And now I will pull up my additions, and the app just crashed again. Well, that's just ridiculous. I'm going to try one more time. I think there's a lot of traffic on the app right now, and this might be messing us up. But if I can't get it here, I'm just going to have to go by my memory and let you know what I think I paid for the 2 Red Skulls. Here we go. The last time, 2 editions of this item. And third time's a charm. I have numbers 1122 and 3344. How cool is that? That's pretty daggum cool. So for 1122, I paid 139 gems. Not bad. And for 3344, I paid 131 gems. Not bad. So on both of them, they've been up 10x. And on Dr. Doom, of course, that's been up more than 10x. It's been upwards of a 14x for me when it peaked out at 1,800 gems. So I know those are going to go very far. So comparing that, the Red Skull was a little bit more expensive for me, but I definitely think the Green Goblin is going to eclipse both. I don't have a guess on Spiderman. If I just had to pull something out of a hat, I'm going to say 200 to 300 gems. And the only reason is it's 13 retail compared to the $40 that we saw on the Disney cards, on the lenticular cards. I don't think we'll get nearly as good of a deal on these as we ever have before. We were able to buy previous Marvel Mighties on the market for as low as 3 and 4 gems. You've seen that in my stacking report. It's not going to happen this time. Even on the last set, we were picking them up for 8 and 9 gems when it hit the slump. I don't see these going below retail, and that's a huge understatement. I don't see any of them selling less than 50 gems. It's Spiderman. Expect this to be crazy. All right, so that's all I've got for this drop. I'd love to hear your comments and feedback, and let me know if this was valuable information to you. And for the new people, if this is your first drop, do not expect to get one of these on the drop. This is like winning the lottery now. You're going to probably have to wait and pick one up on the market. And it's best for you to wait until late at night after everything is settled down, or at least until all of the additions have been delivered, so that everyone who wants to sell can have them listed on the market as people are undercutting each other's prices. I'll be looking for that moment to get my first Marvel Mighties if I don't get one on the drop, but I certainly will try. Last but not least, make sure you check out the links in the description for drop day tips and for general strategy. And then we'll get back together tomorrow and talk about what we got. Come join me in the group if you like. We have a clean, family-friendly group on Telegram. No foul language, no fighting, none of that stuff. It's a great place to discuss strategy and not shill items and sell things. But come and check us out on Telegram. We have one of the best groups out there. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you have not already. This is Carlton, and I am out.